Hey, what's going on, guys? I just thought I'd make a quick tutorial on how to tighten your steering box via the screw that's down on below your battery. You can see it right here. So there's a space for a screwdriver to get in there. You have to loosen the locking nut first of all, and then you'll be turning the screw clockwise, and only do it in half of a turn increments, like 180 degrees. Because if you do tighten it too much, then you'll risk binding and or just premature failure of your steering box components. So what I've noticed is, after doing my lift kit, and I did about a 3-inch lift. It's kind of hard to see, but I have the Ironman 2-inch lift kit, and then there's those 30 millimeter coil spacers, and then I just did the adjustable radius arm bushings now, and then I also did the steering stabilizer through Ironman as well. Things that you'll probably want to address as well, or that could affect this, would be your panhard bushes and tie rod ends. Mine looked pretty good, and I've done an alignment recently, and I know that my steer head is good, and that my toes and camber and caster is all pretty good, within spec at least. So I was just kind of reading on I Hate Mud, and it seemed like an easy, quick and no cost fix. And I've definitely taken a bit of the slop. I'll cut to the video of the steering wheel moving basically with a lot of play, and the wheel's not going anywhere. So I tightened it probably about a whole turn, 360 degrees, which I probably wouldn't recommend. Just mine was really sloppy, so I wanted to get rid of that. But you can see here at the end that there's basically no play. Well, very little. Probably what factory spec would have, maybe a little bit less. I mean, this has 300,000 miles on it, so the steering box is a little old and tired. But you can see that even with that little amount of play, it is turning the wheel. I might have overcorrected it, so in which case I did, then I'll have to take the battery box back out and do everything again. But anyways, yeah, you're just going to take the battery box out. There's these 3 bolts here on the side, and then 2 more, one up top and one on the side here. And then you just take that battery box out. You obviously have to take your fusible link and all of your battery leads off, both of your positive and negative, and then you have access to it. So remember that you need to loosen this, and it's a 17 millimeter lock nut, and then you'll be again going clockwise on that center screw or stud, whatever you want to call it. All right, guys, so after having just gone for a test drive, I can definitely confirm that there's just very little wandering, and it just feels really tight, especially after having the alignment done, getting the caster corrected. So yeah, definitely something worth trying if you have a little bit of slop in your steering wheel. There's a factory service spec with a certain amount of millimeters of play, but I didn't really go by that. I just kind of went by feel. Like I said, again, don't over tighten it, or you're going to risk damaging your steering box components and potentially some binding when you're steering, and you don't want that. So anyways, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, as always, leave them in the description below, and until next week, I will see you on the trails.